Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports NBA picks and predictions for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. We are looking at basically every single game of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, we are back. Time to recap. I went 5-6 on the day. It was honestly looking way worse because in the early period, I got everything kicked inwards. Everything in, nothing out. It was awful. I go 5-6. Bringing our yearly record to 182 and 165. I did some things today I normally don't do, such as fading the Cavaliers. That bit me in the butt. Betting the Detroit Pistons. Never again do I do that. Ever. You almost lose outright as a home team against an away team on a back-to-back double overtime. No. Never again do I lay points with this absolute abomination of an organization. Horrible. All right, I'm going to recap these real quick. Then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game 1, I took the over 233.5 in the Cavaliers and the Pacers game. I should have just doubled down on my Cleveland stance. We're a better team than our 13-9 record. Yes, we're injured. Yes, we've been playing horrible basketball. But at the end of the day, we have Donovan Mitchell. We got Mobley. Our bench is looking okay. And that's all you need. Cleveland wins the game 135-119. The Pacers actually played all right. Unless their name was Benedict Mathurin and you only played 21 minutes and shot the ball 9 times. We'll talk about him in a minute. I don't know what was going on with him. But that's the first winner. Second winner, Nets and Charlotte. We had the under 227.5. How do the Hornets only score 103 points against one of the worst teams in basketball? The answer, they shoot 45% from the field, 38% from deep, and they have 18 turnovers. 18 turnovers against a Nets team that does not play defense. Who was the culprit? Zion James had 4, Ball had 3, Con Knipple had 3, Bridges had 2, Colin Sexton off the bench had 3. He only played 18 minutes. Way to go, Colin Sexton. Although if you wanted to come back to Cleveland, I would probably take you because we could questionably use you right now. All right, that's how we hit the under there. We had the over 233.5 in the Mavericks and the Nuggets game. We got to talk about this one. I got fantastic closing line value with Nuggets minus 5.5, and I got screwed. They lose this game outright, 131-121. Mavericks had AD go for 32. Nembhard go for 28, 3, and 10. Cooper Flag dropped 24. And then you got Klay Thompson going 15 points off the bench. The Nuggets, Jokic went for a triple-double with 20 rebounds. Jamal Murray basically didn't show up. Cam Johnson didn't show up to play basketball. Then you had Spencer Jones drop 28 points. You had Peyton Watson drop 15. And the rest of their bench did nothing. They just played no defense. Then our final winner, the one that kind of saved the night, it was the Suns plus 5.5 and the over 231.5. Good God, was this greasy? Final score, Suns 125. Well, sorry, this spread wasn't greasy. The over was greasy. And 125-108 lands on 233. Thanks to a 60-point final quarter, we hit the over. Colin Gillespie, I'm assuming this is his best game in the NBA. He went for 28, 4, and 5. Honestly, Booker didn't do anything. He only shot the ball 7 times. Dylan Brooks scored 33. Goodwin off the bench with 13. I mean, if you have Brooks and then Gillespie combining for 61 points, it's going to be hard to lose a basketball game. That is mad impressive. Luka went for 38. LeBron only had 11 points, didn't record a single rebound. Reeves went for 16. They really didn't get any bench production unless their name is Dalton Connect. And that was about it. They kind of got smacked around. Our losers. Now we're going to talk about the worst team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons. I never bet them because I think they're horrible, even though they are first in the East at 17-4. They win the game 99-98 against a Hawks team who was off of a double overtime travel back-to-back spot. How do you not win this game by more than 9.5? They suck. Pistons, 44% from the field, 19% from deep, 5 of 26. They win the offensive rebound battle They lose the turnover battle. They had 23 turnovers. Let's see who the culprit was. Let's find out. Cade Cunningham, 6 turnovers. Good job, buddy. Tobias Harris, 2 of 14 from the field with 3 turnovers. Can I argue he is the most overpaid bum in the NBA? He's awful. Next game took the Pacers plus 5.5. I should never bet against Cleveland. You should never back the Pacers ever. They're horrible. They lose the game. Final score 135 to 119. This is where I will talk about Bennedict Mathurin. First off, he only played 21 minutes. And I didn't watch any of this game because at this time of night I was too busy screaming at Temple for blowing the 5-point lead and not covering 14.5. But that's besides the point. So his previous game log, he has played 37, 34, 34, 37, 28 minutes. Tonight he plays 21, only shoots the ball 9 times. His previous field goal attempts, 19, 16, 19, 15, 13, 15, 16. Was he injured? He must have been. Something must have happened, or foul trouble. I don't get why he only played 21 minutes. So, confusing, but we weren't even close. He finishes 16 PRA. I got his number at 29.5. So that was a massive L. Then took the Hornets minus 4.5. Probably my fault. You should really never be laying 4.5 points with the Hornets. I will just bank that in the back of my mind, although they probably will never be a 4.5 point road favorite ever again. Nets win 116 to 103. Who played well? You had Porter Jr., he actually played. He went for 35. Powell went for 10. Hey, here we go. Danny Wolf suited up. He went for 10 as well. Claxton went for a double-double. Clowney went for 18. Honestly, not bad. Shout out to the Nets. Then we have the Nuggets, minus 5.5. We kind of already talked about why they lost. They didn't play any defense. I mean, this line closed at Nuggets minus 11.5, and they lost by 10. So there goes all that closing line value, as we have 5.5, and it does not come close. All right, that's how I go 5 and 6. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, first game, it is the Wizards on the road at the 76ers. I'm going to take the 76ers laying a massive number, 13.5. Also going to take the over, 235.5. Wizards starting 5, McCollum, Coulibaly, George, Middleton, Bagley. 76ers starting 5, Maxey, Edgecombe, George, who's questionable, Barlow, and Bona. Injury report, the Wizards, they have Sarr, Cooper, Kispert, and Johnson all ruled out. That is heavily subject to change, though. They're on a back-to-back. So if either of the old men, McCollum or Middleton, play, that is yet to be determined. 76ers, they got Embiid, Watford, and Oubre all out. Grimes, George, Drummond listed as questionable. Wizards, they won a rare home game against the Bucks, 129 to 126 just last night. Back-to-back with travel. They're probably going to sit some of the older guys. They don't really play any defense. If they do sit McCollum or Middleton, I struggle to see where they're scoring because Kispert's out, Johnson's out, Sarr is out. Who is putting the ball in the hoop? That being said, I'm still taking the over because they also play no defense. So if they can just get to like 100, I think the 76ers can score 140. 76ers 10-9 on the year, coming off of a double overtime 8-point loss to the Hawks. Their entire offense without Embiid and Oubre on the court is Maxey and Edgecombe. Don't mind a Bona points and rebounds angle if Drummond doesn't play, because they really don't have another big man option down low. So he should see a lot of minutes. Give me the 76ers. Give me the over. All right, next game, Grizzlies, Spurs. I'm going to take Grizzlies plus 5.5. Also going to rack the under, 232.5. Grizzlies starting 5, Williams, Coward, Wells, Jackson, Edey. Spurs starting 5, Fox, Vassell, Champagne, Barnes, and Cornette. Injury report, the Grizz, they got Morant, Jerome, Small, Clark, Pippen, all out. The Spurs, Wemby, McLaughlin, Castle, out. The Grizzlies, they're actually playing pretty good ball. John Morant not playing for them currently, I think helps. I like Coward. Williams been a solid guard. Ever since they've gotten Edey back, they've been able to move Jackson around defensively, so he becomes more of a pest. He doesn't have to be stuck down low. He can get out, rim protect when he needs to, but also guard the entire field. He's really good at blocking shots. He can get there. He's tall. He's athletic. It kind of helps the entire team. Spurs 13-6, coming off of a 13-point road loss to the Timberwolves. I don't like laying any points with this Spurs team when they don't have Wemby on the court. The fall off from Wemby to Kornet is pretty drastic, and I think Edey's significantly bigger than Kornet down low. He's going to have a serious problem stopping him. I like Coward, like I said. Jackson's having more offensive capability along with defense. The only way the Spurs really get out in this game is De'Aaron Fox, and I like Williams guarding. Coward has said he's going to try to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. And then down low, you have Jackson and Edey who are going to stop you getting to the hoop. That does not sound fun. Give me the Grizzlies. Give me the under. Next game. This game does not make any sense to me. The Knicks, when I first typed this, they were -2.5. It has gone all the way down to a pick'em. Knicks -108 on the money line. Also going to rack the under, 229.5. Knicks starting 5, Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Hart, Towns. Celtics starting 5, Pritchard, Brown, Hauser, Walsh, and Tillman. There's a lot going on with the injury report, mostly for the Celtics. The Knicks, they have Jemison and McCullough as questionable. Neither of them are going to play regardless. Anunoby and Shamet ruled out. Celtics have Harper, Queta questionable, Tatum ruled out. Queta not playing is massive. I mean, their backup center is Tillman. He is not a real center. He is a power forward. That is not good. The Knicks, they're playing good basketball right now. They've won 4 games in a row. They've already played Boston this year. They won by 10 points at home in it was like 105-95 that game. Brunson and Hart have been fantastic. Towns has been getting it going from deep. I don't see you stopping any of them. Celtics 11-9. They did just beat the Cavaliers by 2, so this might be a little bit of a rage bet for me as a Cavs fan. But how are you going to tell me this is a pick'em with the Knicks, who are healthy relatively, minus Anunoby, and then a Celtics team who doesn't have a real center, and Tatum's out for the year? No chance. Give me the Knicks. Give me the under. All right, next game, T-Wolves, Pelicans. Give me the Timberwolves -9.5. Give me the over, 234.5. T-Wolves starting 5, DiVincenzo, Ant, McDaniels, Randall, and Rudy. Pelicans starting 5, Fears, McCowans, Bay, Zion, Queen. Injury report, Timberwolves, clean. The Pelicans, you got Jones, Poole, Murray all out. You got Murphy and Hawkins as questionable. Timberwolves, they just beat the Spurs at home by 13. They shot at 56% from the field, 46% from deep. This team is 100% healthy. That is one of the only teams in the NBA to say that. When they are at full strength, I think they are a title contender. I don't love the fact that you have Dante DiVincenzo as your starting point guard, but you obviously have the depth behind him there. And then you have Ant. Ant's probably one of, if not the best, one-on-one scorer in the entire league. So I will take him. Pelicans, they're ass. They're 3-18 on the year. The majority of the guys they're paying a ton of money to play basketball are not suiting up. There's no Poole. There is no Murray. Jones, who you signed to a contract extension, he's out. Zion misses every single other game because he's fat. This team's awful. I will take Minnesota. I will take the over. Final game, I'm going to take the Raptors -4.5 because the Blazers, everyone is injured. I will also take the over, 231.5. All right, Blazers starting 5, Sissoko, Denny, Grant, Kamara, Klingon. Raptors starting 5, Walter, Quickly, Barnes, Ingram, Jakob Poeltl. Injury report, the Blazers, you got Thibault, Henderson, Holiday, Wesley, Dame Time, all out. Then you got Donovan Klingon as questionable. The Raptors, you got RJ out, and that's it. Blazers coming off of an all-in effort at home to beat the Thunder. They did not beat the Thunder. However, they did cover. Now you got to go across the country and into Canada, which nobody wants to do because it's Canada. Take on the Raptors. Raptors have been really solid. I do not see who's going to stop Quickly. I do not see who's going to stop Jakob Poeltl down low if Klingon doesn't play. Blazers are really struggling down low for depth at the center spot. After Klingon, it gets really ugly. Last game, they had their starting center listed as Jeremiah Grant. That is not going to end well. Raptors 14-7 on the year. This is their start of a 4-game homestand. They've only dropped 2 games at home this year straight up. With Klingon questionable, Raptors should be able to do whatever they want. That is their only real rim protector they have down there. I mean, Thibel's out, Henderson's out. Those are 2 of your big defenders down low. Who is going to stop anyone getting to the hole? I will take the Raptors. I will take the over. Going off of that, quickly, PRA over 27.5. I will note, I think I've lost 4 player props in a row. Today wasn't even close. So if you're betting player props, I would not take this because I can't hit shit currently. Every angle I think is good, and then it just gets decimated. But I will take quickly PRA over. Maybe I'm due to hit. Maybe I'm not. I don't see who's stopping him. It's not like Sissoko's going to play any defense. Grant and Kamara can't keep up. And if Klingon's not underneath the hoop, I don't see who's going to be rim protecting. So I will take quickly PRA over. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.